All right, Aries, welcome into your intuitive tarot reading. This is a monthly reading for the month of May. So we're going to get some information and guidance for you all. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. I've added the North Node because I think North Node's a big one. If you don't know what anything but your sun sign is, you have to look at your birth chart. You can get free birth charts online. Just Google free birth chart. Just to note, you need to make sure to know your birth date, obviously, your exact time of birth, which should be on your birth certificate, and then your exact location of birth. So that would be your city that you were born in. It's important to get all that accurate because, especially with the time and the location, that can change even within the hour, what sign you're in or even what house. So that's where you have to be kind of exact. Unfortunately, if you do not know your birth time, it's not going to be that accurate for you. So if you don't know it, it should be, especially if you're in the US, I know for sure that's on your birth certificate, so look at that. If you have a parent that you can ask, maybe they know, but it should be in your birth record. And let's see here. So we just came out of a very big energetic month in April. One of the big things that just occurred was Uranus moving into Gemini, and that was on the 25th. So Uranus is in Gemini for the next 7-8 years, which is kind of a long time. So I guess with this reading in May, we can kind of start seeing what those energies are. Another thing happening in May is there's a Pluto's going retrograde. It does happen once a year, and it is retrograde for a few months because Pluto is our farthest planet away from Earth, and so it moves very slowly. So it stays in certain orbits or in its sign for a long time. And I did a separate video on Uranus moving into Gemini and what we can expect from that. So I would take a look at that if you haven't, because just to get more details, because I'm not going to go into that much detail in this video. So Aries, let's get moving and a shaking here. Just some kind of plugs here. I talk about my Etsy shop as well. So along with YouTube, I have an Etsy shop where I make handmade bracelets. These are all real stones, and I work with them energetically. So basically they're for you to use as energy tools to help support you in whatever you're going through, whether it's, you're going through a loss or a huge transformation in your life, whether you need grounding or want to open your chakras, if you're looking for love or to manifest something specifically, abundance, if you feel like you're doing the inner work and want support with like trauma, things like that. The stones run the gamut, and that's why I'm always surrounded by stones, because they have their own conscious and energy codings that really do work, and they really do help, and they each have its own use. So I think that's important, and that's why I really got into stones and have been using them as tools, and thought it's kind of a passion and love of mine to work with them and to give them to other people to use. And also, if you're interested in a personal reading with me to dive deeper into your personal life, you can go to my website and book there. All right, let's get some foundational energies for the month for Aries. So we have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. That's positive. And unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So that's something I tell myself a lot. no matter where I'm at in this now moment, or you, there's a reason you're there or still there. There's a reason something hasn't happened yet, or there's a reason that something did happen, whether it's you see it as negative or positive. We need to see that everything in life is there supporting us in some way. And I think that's something for you, Aries, that would be good for you to use, is to say you are exactly where you need to be. And what's interesting, I actually have a sign at my desk and it says, you are exactly where you need to be. So it just helps me, again, continuously say that, because it helps me to like ground in the now instead of focusing all the things that I don't have or all the things I want. But I think that was important for you to know. But I do like this May. Some doors are opening for you in May. And it's going to help you with being more successful in different areas of your life. But I feel like you overcome something and there's an opportunity that opens its doors to you. And I feel like it is unknown territory. I think you may have some hesitation because it could be something that you're maybe not familiar with, or that it could ask you to really have to show up and commit. But there's something unknown about it. But this is an opportunity, and you need to start seeing that everything is an opportunity, and you really need to start committing to things and really putting your all into it, because that's another thing that's came in front of me as a kind of a way of looking at life, is that shifting our perspective. Same thing with, we are exactly where we need to be, but like what's coming to me, maybe it's not my dream job, or it's like, you know, there's things you can always pick things out of a situation that you don't like, or a person, right? But let's start shifting our perspective and seeing the good in it, but also seeing that there's a reason that this is being presented to me, and I need to trust and just, you know, accept it as this is an opportunity, because there's something here that's going to be an advantage for you, or there's something here that you need to learn, or there's some nugget, a golden nugget for you. And I do feel like when you open your heart up to receive more joy, instead of being closed off and focusing on the negative, that's where I feel like this is you're gonna really enjoy this, and it's gonna be something good for you. Oh, I forgot. I was going to pull some Gilded Reverie Lenormand cards as well. Okay, we have the Mask, the Ring, and that refers to commitment, and I just used that term, so that is definitely synchronicity. And the Labyrinth. So I'm going to start at the end card here, but there's something that you've been trying at, like you've been jumping back in the ring. This could be like work, career, or just in life in general, but like you've kind of been going in the same loop. And I feel like you try again and you hit a dead end, and I feel like you're kind of at a place where you're a little frustrated at, like, you know, you keep jumping into the labyrinth, and it just, again, a labyrinth is just a winding maze where you feel lost. But there's something about really needing to commit and start to change your perspective. You need to perceive things differently to get out of the pattern. But something here with the mask. So the mask really represents, just as it seems, someone is wearing a mask. Someone is not who they appear to be, or they're not presenting themselves authentically. So that could be some guidance for you, or this could be someone you're dealing with. But this is an energetic time where we need to, no matter what, at all costs, we need to focus on and figure out who we are, who our authentic self is, who we are, taking away all of these filters, all of these, you know, programs, these beliefs, these traumas. Take it all away. Take away the fear, and really understanding who are we once we take that all out. And that's your authentic self. and not trying to be something you're not, right? Because I feel like you tend to feel like you need to show up and be someone that you're not, which is part of your problem about the patterns here. You have to, feel like you have to try and be someone that you think that they're going to like, or that's going to be successful. And actually that's been your issue, actually, why things haven't worked out. Because here's the thing, when you show up 100% you, yes, maybe not everyone is going to accept that. And that is completely fine, because that is where you're going to figure out where you fit in and where you belong. And that's going to take you to the right people, the right places, the right jobs, the right relationships. And there is a level of commitment here, really committing to being yourself. And I feel like this commitment is more about committing to who you are and committing to what you want and showing up exactly in that way, and not being so afraid of people judging you or not liking you. So let's get more info here. 6 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. So these two are referring to, we have like family, ancestral kind of patterning here, because the 6 of Cups is also about the past. I feel like it's kind of calling out patterns that you've taken on from your family or karmic, ancestral patterns here. But this is about, with the pages, I like this. This is about trying something new. This is about opening yourself up to new things, to new, this is also opening your heart to joy, this Page of Water. So that could be, and also someone offering some sort of opportunity for you. There could be an offer here. So we have the World. So endings and new beginnings happening here. 8 of Swords. So the heart of this whole, what's being called out to you in May, is getting unstuck. And really being able to see, take the blindfold off, and really being able to see from an objective viewpoint, a new perspective of why things have been happening the way they have and why there's patterns. 6 of Swords, because that's what's going to move you forward. And actually, the more you start changing and approaching things differently, that's when things become easier. You're moving forward into a new period that can be more easy, and things are going to be just more calm, and things are going to start working out. But the key is you have to also change. The Star card, I like this. So there's something too about healing the past. There's some healing that needs to be done, or letting go of something from the past. Something has been, it's not happening anymore. Like, this is in the past, but you keep almost, it's like you're still stuck there. So you might have parts of you that are still stuck in a past situation or a trauma event, and that's also keeping you stuck. And there's something about that you need to heal this and integrate. The Moon, Star and the Moon here. So there is a lot of unconscious stuff becoming conscious for you. And the Moon is about shining the light on the fears and the stuff in the unconscious that, for most of us, are controlling our show. But we don't see it. We're not seeing it clearly. But that's going to become more clear in May. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So we have the 6 to the 7. There is some growth here. And to me, the 7 of Swords with the Moon means there's something that you haven't been seeing. There's some, like, this could either be you're lying to yourself, or there's something where someone's been keeping something hidden. And I don't want you to get too like fearful of that, but this could be that they're just not speaking their truth. But for the most part, I feel like this is really calling, there's not much about other people in the reading. So I feel like this is more you. This is about getting out of, there's a lot of deep rooted, this could be past betrayal too, that you felt really betrayed by somebody in the past. And you're still holding on to this. And it's still kind of actively this is like the root of how you approach life, if that makes sense. And you are kind of in denial about it. Like you don't, again, it's kind of like it's a distortion. It's like you're deceiving yourself and you don't even know you're doing it. Let's see, what's this? Oof, flying cards. I was just going to clarify this 6 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Two of Swords. Yeah, this has really blocked you. And you've really closed yourself off. You've closed yourself off from joy, from love, from opportunity here. Let's see, the 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups. This has impacted kind of your social behavior. Maybe you've become kind of reclusive and not very social. And I think it's because of maybe you were betrayed in the past and you don't necessarily trust people or want to be in connection with people. So this has really blocked you. But let me get one more. Ace of Earth. But there's opportunities that open. So maybe that's as well why you haven't taken opportunities, or you've almost sabotaged opportunities because of you always, there's something here about you tend to always use justifications or excuses tied to people that, like, the people, there's a problem with the people, or you don't want to work with them, or you don't want to socialize with them, or they're bad friends or something here. But May is going to open up an opportunity for you to overcome this. But definitely there has been people in your past that you felt betrayed by. But I think this is an opportunity to heal this. So what's the Moon? What's hidden here? 5 of Wands. What's hidden here is deep inner conflict that also mirrors in your external world, where you're mirroring situations and people that you're in conflict with. What's this opportunity? The Page of Cups, 2 of Wands. There is an opportunity for you to make some sort of decision to expand out of your comfort zone and try something new. 10 of Swords here. That's ending something. You could be deciding to end something, but it's kind of like you're ending something to decide to do something new here. King of Cups, interesting here. So now we're going, so there's like different things happening here. That's kind of, to me, talking a little bit just like your dynamics with life. So this could involve friendships, work, opportunities for work. But to me, there's some sort of ending with the King of Cups here. It could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You could be ending a relationship as well. So there's a lot of, like, you have the World here. So there's a lot of endings, But I think it's good because the endings are really, really old things that were tied to old patterns and old dynamics, and you're shifting out of that in May. So there's a big theme here of really transforming, it's just like innovating yourself, and you're innovating yourself through shifting your perspective, changing the way you show up to life, changing your belief systems about life and about people that are really going to move you in a positive direction, Aries. Awesome. All right, Aries. Thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. I have to say it because it's my channel and I want it to grow, and that's why all YouTubers have to say it. But I do really appreciate you engaging and supporting and helping me so that I can continue to do more of this, because I'm passionate about it. But also, if it helps one of you, I mean, I've achieved my goal. So thank you again, and I will see you in the next reading.